In 2013, the best passing team ever built got taken apart in 90 minutes. Not outpassed, not outplayed, erased, 7-0, against a team with less individual talent, less possession, less history of winning with this style. So what actually killed Tiki-Taka? It wasn't tactics. Not really. Here's the real reason. First, the simple version. Tiki-Taka is control through possession. Short passes, tight triangles. Keep the ball until the other team is too tired to chase it. Guardiola's Barcelona ran it better than anyone in history. A World Cup, 2 Euros, back-to-back Champions Leagues. Xavi and Iniesta dictating the tempo. Busquets shielding everything behind them. Not speed, not power. Geometry. Geometry only works with time and space. Give Barcelona a yard, and they'll carve you open. So what happens when someone takes a yard away? That's exactly what Bayern Munich did. Jupp Heynckes didn't try to outpossess Barcelona. That's a losing fight. He pressed instead. High, fast, in numbers the second the ball touched a Barcelona boot. No time to find a triangle. No space to complete the pass. 2 legs. 7-0. Not a scoreline. A verdict. And here's where it gets interesting, because that result should have been a warning nobody needed twice. It wasn't. A year later, Spain walked into the 2014 World Cup as defending champions, running the same principles that had just won them everything. Group stage exit. Same passing map. Same patience. Different result, because the rest of the world had already watched the tape. So is it just the pressing? No. That's the twist almost nobody talks about. Tiki-Taka wasn't only beaten by a system. It was beaten by time. Xavi's legs, which used to buy him an extra half-second on the ball, stopped buying him anything. Iniesta was absorbing more of the workload with less recovery in the tank. The whole style depended on split-second execution, and split seconds are the first thing to go when the engine slows down. 2 things arrived at once. Football finally solved the puzzle it had spent 4 years losing to. And the players who made the puzzle possible in the first place ran out of the speed it required. Either one alone, Tiki-Taka probably survives. Together, it didn't stand a chance. Now here's the part that actually flips the whole story. The man who built Tiki-Taka is the same man who buried it. On purpose. Guardiola didn't defend the system after Barcelona fell. He didn't sit there insisting the football was right and the world was wrong. He rebuilt it. At Bayern. Then at Manchester City, he kept the possession principles but bolted on directness, physicality, pressing of his own. He watched his own invention get picked apart in real time. And instead of protecting it, he made it harder to press than it had ever been. That's the actual answer. Tiki-Taka didn't die because it stopped being intelligent. It died because intelligence with no update plan has an expiration date. The better a system works, the more film gets watched. The more film gets watched, the faster the counter arrives. Every dominant era in football is standing on a clock, whether the fans want to admit it or not. So here's the whole thing, in order. Tiki-Taka won by controlling time and space. Bayern took the time away. H took the space away. And the one man with the authority to defend the old version chose to kill it himself, because standing still was never actually on the table. Subscribe if you enjoyed this type of content. It means a lot.